I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the energy lately has been ripe for conflict. Conflict out there, conflict internally, conflict in our relationships. I mean, but it kind of makes sense because as within, so without. So whatever's going on here is really a barometer for what we're going to be seeing out here. Or maybe what we're seeing out there is a barometer of what's really going on within inside of us. And it can feel really heavy. And there can also be the temptation to want to try to run from the information that's waiting there, from the feelings that are waiting there, from the things about the situation that you would just rather not look at, feel, or see. And this time is bringing us an incredible opportunity to look at the relationship patterns and dynamics that we have outgrown. There are teachers. So this was part of the curriculum. And these triggers, these tests, these challenges, that is what causes us to stretch and to grow and to lean on the toolbox that we have compiled at this time through the healing modalities that we've studied, the practices we've studied, the books that have helped us to navigate these situations, the teachers, everything that we have soaked up until this point is there for us to lean upon. And as we do that, our relationship with those things only improves, as does our ability to get the most benefit that we can from them. I heard this message coming through earlier. I was in the middle of doing something else, and something told me to come sit down, hit record, and see what's there for all of us. As we begin to see these relationship patterns surface for us at this time, as we feel the discomfort in those things, as we sense that inner knowing that is just like, this can continue. Really, this cannot. And really, not only can it not continue, but the control on, or the control around whether or not it does, it's all on us. Even though we cannot control other people. It'd be a lot cooler if we could, but we cannot control other people. The only thing that we have dominion over is ourselves. And so when you really think about that, that's the word that's coming through, dominion over. We have dominion over ourselves. And how many times do we give that away? We give away the keys to the kingdom. We sign over the deed. And that's what these relationship patterns that are surfacing, that's what they're showing us. Where are you signing over your power? Where are you signing that deed? Where are you giving away the keys to your kingdom? And then how can you stop that and call the energy back? One of the things I noticed about myself, one of my patterns is chasing, not getting the result I want, not seeing what I want in my reality, and then reaching out to try and change it. And when I say reaching out, I mean not just like reaching out to people, which I do, that's part of it, but also reaching outside of myself to try to control a situation and change it. That doesn't work. We're learning that all of the time. Everything starts in here first. And if we try to skip that step, if we try to work backwards, we will be met with resistance. So, as I found myself evaluating the pattern, seeing how unfulfilling it is when I do that, when I try to control it, when I try to fix it out here, it doesn't feel good. And I don't end up feeling good about myself. And I give away my power. Not only does it not feel good, but it's me giving away my power. We think by controlling, we have the power, but not when we're trying to control what happens out here. So it all starts from within. That was the first part of that's the backstory to the message. So as I was in that energy and feeling it and noticing it and being able to see, okay, I want to shift this. I don't want to carry this forward where I'm going in my life because things are moving and changing for me. And I am having opportunities to elevate myself to higher levels of experiences than I've had before. And that's very exciting. And I'm also realizing that there are behaviors, habits, and patterns that cannot go here with me because I can't be up here if they keep dragging me down here. I have to transcend this. And as I found myself analyzing the old patterns that I step into, I realized it's because I don't clearly see myself. And so this was the message. If you could see yourself the way that God sees you, the way that other people see you, the way your higher self sees you, the way the angels see you, the way Jesus and other ascended masters see you, if you could see yourself that way, these patterns would not have a hold on you any longer. You wouldn't feel the need to try to control. You wouldn't feel the need to change it. And you wouldn't feel a neediness. I do not have a great relationship with the word neediness. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way it feels. And for someone to say that I am needy is one of the worst things my ego wants to hear. I know that I am independent. And I know that I don't ask for much. I only ask for help when I really need it. I try to manage my emotions and take responsibility for my happiness. So to feel like I have to rely on someone else to give that to me, it's not really what I'm about. And I guess these situations, anytime we were to hear someone say that, is just a reflection. It's just a reflection of what's happening in here. So, what do we do? The next step is really taking the time to get quiet and connect and just ask to be shown. How does God see me? Show me how you see me, God. And then really just try connecting to that and what that feels like and how you saw yourself as a child, how you saw yourself before you were programmed to doubt your amazingness and told that you were too much of this or not enough of that. Who were you? How did you see yourself? And really anchoring that in and returning to that place as often as you can. And when you feel these patterns and the need to control creep in, remember that if you could see yourself the way that God sees you, you wouldn't be tempted to act in those ways. Instead, you would say, you know what, this is something my friend Kat said recently. My belly is full. I'm going to push away from the table now. Thanks for that, Kat. You would say, my belly is full. I'm going to push away from the table now. This isn't filling me up. This is not filling me up. This table is not nourishing me. The food on this table is not nourishing me. I'm done with it. I've had enough. I'm pushing away from the table. And pushing away can look like going and doing your own thing. Going and working on your dreams. Going and reorganizing your closet. meal prepping, looking at the week ahead, and backwards planning to make sure that you're setting your future self up for success. Going for a walk, exercising, doing some yoga, anything that puts the energy and the focus back on you and your self-care. And that's where the real power is. Because what happens is we start looking for love in all the wrong places. We're looking out here and we're saying, I want to feel loved. When in reality, it should be, I could use a little love. I'm gonna love myself today. How can I love myself today? I feel like I need a little extra love. Because it's not their responsibility. I mean, it's really great. It's really great if people want to give us love and attention and all that. Like, that is so cool. And we can be present for that and receive it. And not everybody's always going to have the capacity to be that for us every single day. And we should not expect them to. And in those moments where we are left feeling a little lonely and vulnerable and doubting ourselves, these are the moments when we can remember that we can give it to ourselves. We can give it to ourselves. And there are times and moments where, as independent as I am, where I just don't want to. I just don't want to. And so I have to come back to this. I have to return to this. And I was in one such moment right before I came here to record this video. Because this was the message that was coming through for me. And I'm like, well, you know what? If I'm going through this right now, I know there's at least one other person who's going through it. So I'm going to go record this message for both of us. And then I can listen to it again when I need to. That is the end of the transmission. And I have to say, I feel better already. And I really want to thank you for hanging out with me in this moment. Whenever you see this in the future, just know that we have just shared a moment in time together. And I'm grateful for your energy. I'm grateful for you being here. I'm grateful when you like the videos. I'm grateful when you share them. And I'm grateful when you decide to subscribe and stick around and hang out with me some more. I feel like as time goes on, we're all just going to need each other more and more and more and more. So I want to keep showing up and I want to create this community for all of us. I want to create a safe space for all of us to come and be vulnerable and express the truth of who we really are and know that we are not alone. And we can do this and we've got this. I'm sending you so much love and I will see you next time.